Today, I'm going to be teaching you the basics of playing drums, percussion. So the first step is to learn how to hold the stick. So the way I approach it is I take my thumb here and I place it right here, if you can see that, right here in between this little spot right here on your finger. Put your thumb right there where it just sits up in there. Kind of like, you can see that, yeah. So keep it like that. Grab a stick with your other hand and then slide that, but keep that same form all the way down the stick till you reach your fulcrum. Now your fulcrum is your point of balance. So every stick has a different fulcrum, so you're just gonna have to find it. But if you're using like Vic First sticks, the fulcrum's around where the American flag is printed on it. I currently have Freer sticks right now, so the fulcrum is about right here, a little bit above the special edition sign. But then, after you got that form tightly right there, you want to curl your fingers around to where they just gently hover over the stick. And then you take your hand and you flatten it out, and you got yourself a match grip. And after you've done that with your right hand, you do the same thing with your left hand and mimic the other, and you got yourself match grip in both hands. When performing snare drum, your overall posture is very relaxed. Usually what I do is I scrunch up my shoulders, push them back a tiny bit, let them down, and then just relax them. And I have this very tall, straight back. And whenever you want to play, your playing position should be, if you just lowered your hands and just raised them up by the elbow, and that should be a very comfortable playing position. Straight back, comfortable hand position. You're on your way to playing. As for playing the instrument, you want your sticks to be a 90-degree angle, not at the center of the drum, but just slightly in front of the center. You want your sticks to be right there. And whenever you go to stroke the drum with the stick, you initiate the stroke with your wrist. It's a very controlled feeling. Kind of like that kind of motion. There's also many different strokes to do on the head. So if you were to just throw the stick at the drum and don't bring it back up, and just let it come up, that's what you call a rebound stroke. Then there's also a tap stroke. You start down, up, rebound, tap stroke. Then you have a down stroke where you stroke the head and it ends down close to the drum, ready for a tap stroke. Then you also have multiple bounce, double strokes, which at a slower tempo is more control with the wrist, but as you speed up, it more starts to depend on your fulcrum and bounce more than fingers or wrist motion. One thing that can be very difficult when learning drums is trying to get both of your hands at the same level, you know what I mean? So what I usually did to practice and try and achieve likeness in the hands, I would, back when I was in 6th grade, so you isolate each hand for a bar, both hands, and try and get both the strokes sounding and feeling the same. this video just covers the very bare minimum basics of drumming. So there's a lot more that goes into it that I can't really cover in a 3-minute video. But if you just practice the different strokes, rebound, downstroke, tap, and just try and get the stick to feel natural in your hands. It shouldn't be tense. It shouldn't hurt. It should just feel like an extension of the arm, really. And once you get that stroke down, you're ready to go on to more advanced things. But until then, you gotta practice that. So, yeah. That's the basics of drumming.